Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Remember that the Slammy Awards were supposed to be or were a thing this year? We did put our votes in on this channel, a video I made a while ago, and I think they just announced the winners during some pre-show for WrestleMania or whatever. I don't know, it hasn't been a big deal. I haven't seen anybody talking about it, but the results are apparently in. They came out a few days ago, like I said, around WrestleMania weekend. We're gonna go over them today. Before we get started though, please make sure to subscribe, leave your likes, leave your comments, follow me on everything. Everything is in the description. All right, let's get a move on here. And again, important to note, this is from WrestleMania to WrestleMania, so it's not like all of 2014 or 2015 or whatever. It is WrestleMania 40 up until WrestleMania 41 is where this kind of lies. So for Female Superstar of the Year, the winner is Liv Morgan, beating out Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and Io Sky. I think I did vote for Rhea, but I kind of wish I retracted that vote. Not that Rhea wouldn't have deserved it, but Liv Morgan has had a breakout year. I would say probably the best WrestleMania to WrestleMania that she's had of her career. I think a lot of the highlights kind of happened on the second half, but still a really good run with the World Championship and just stellar character stuff all year. I'm gonna just keep saying year. I know it's WrestleMania all year. Liv, very deserved. Next, the Male Superstar of the Year, surprise, surprise, is Cody Rhodes. I think that checks out. That makes sense. The World Champion from 40 to 41 all year. Some solid defenses and feuds against the likes of Kevin Owens and an AJ Styles. Cody beat out Roman, Gunther, Punk, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, and honestly, a solid list, but I don't think anyone's really touching Cody in that category. All right, next, I'm not going to read out all of the nominees here. There's a ton of them, but the most memorable entrance winner is, again, surprise, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. Not that's what we're talking about, but I did like his entrance at 41. I think the mask was controversial. I saw some people clowning it on Twitter. I liked it. It was a cool Iron Man, sort of thing. I don't know if I should have brought up what I voted for, but we're too far gone. Some stuff that it beat out was Jey Uso with Travis, Roman at 40, Rock at 40, Bayley at 40, beat Randy at Bash in Berlin when everyone was singing, Logan Paul and MGK. Yeah, I think this is pretty deserving. I have no real qualms with that one. All right, next, the winner of the OMG moment of the year goes to John Cena turning against Cody Rhodes at Elimination Chamber. I mean, that's the answer, right? Sure, there was some of the nominees are Cody versus Roman finish with everyone coming in, Dom turning against Rhea, kissing Liv. What else do we have? New Day turning on Big E. Great contenders, honestly. Some of the Money in the Bank cash-ins, but this one rocked the world. All those other ones rocked the WWE and rocked the wrestling landscape. I heard about John Cena turning from people in my life that have never watched wrestling a day in their life, right? So I think that's very deserved. All right, the faction of the year goes to the OG Bloodline, beating out Judgment Day, New Bloodline, American Made, and Damage Control. This one was a bloodbath, no pun intended, but really no one else could compare to that prime OG Bloodline. Roman, Solo, the Usos, Sammy, Paul Heyman. Electric, one of the best times in wrestling. I'm already looking back at that time with so much nostalgia. Also, it's an easy win. It beat out like I said, Judgment Day, which has been fun, and the Liv and Dom stuff is great, but American Made is just more so the tag team of the Creed brothers. They're fine. Damage Control is sick, but people have been injured. So also New Bloodline doesn't hold a candle, except for Jacob. Jacob's amazing. Obviously, we know this. Yeah, that one makes sense. Tag team of the year. Okay, this is kind of funny now, seeing the results and what happened. But it goes to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. They beat out DIY, Awesome Truth, A-Town Down Under, Street Profits, Liv and Raquel, other ones. I think Liv and Raquel probably made a pretty good run for it. Maybe in the latter part, closer to 41. But Jade and Bianca, really, really good, tag team championship run, pretty entertaining. Obviously, you did lead into all that Naomi stuff and the Jade and Bianca stuff. So I think with all those 3 stars giving to that story, plus just being on the backs of Jade and Bianca carrying those titles and making them feel important with the star power that they have, it's a solid win. It makes sense. All right, rivalry of the year goes to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And I'll tell you this, they better also have WWE match of the year. I think it's going to come down to Cody and Roman and then Punk and Drew's Hell in a Cell, but when you have a blood feud like Punk and Drew had, culminating in that amazing Hell in a Cell match, it's a great win. Some other ones in here were, like I said, Roman Cody, Liv Rhea is also great, Priest and Balor, Kevin Owens and Cody was pretty fun, Bloodline versus Bloodline was solid, but just as two intense people going head to head, I think Punk and Drew take it easily. All right, NXT Superstar of the Year, Roxanne Perez wins it over Oba Femi, Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Julia, Kalani, Jordan. I don't know what's going on with Roxanne now. I don't know if Shawn Michaels is just like butting heads with Triple H. Like, no, I'm keeping Roxanne. Roxanne should have been called up to the main roster. Like, it feels like she has been called like 3 or 4 times, but she should be on the main roster by now. So now we're talking about, I digress, one of, if not the greatest NXT Women's Champion, definitely the greatest in recent memory, put the NXT Women's Division on the map, or was a really, maybe not put them on the map, because there's a lot of fantastic women, but being the face of it and leading it is a strong and heavy cross to bear, and she did it super well at a super young age. What was it, like 23, 24, something like that? Very well deserved. Congrats, Roxanne. All right, match of the year, we have a 2-way tie, which I'm already calling bullshit here. It's the 2 that I said that would be head-to-head. I didn't want co-winners here. The co-winners are Roman Reigns and Cody at WrestleMania 40, and then Punk and Drew in a Hell in a Cell. Match of the year, in terms of pure wrestling and pure, I don't know, wrestling match, is Punk and Drew. Sure, it did get maybe the leniency of, or the hype up of it being like bloody and hardcore and in a Hell in a Cell, but Roman and Cody had the cheat code of like The Rock and The Undertaker coming in, and John Cena coming in, you know? So I would give it to Punk and Drew. I don't like this co-winner bullshit, but what are you gonna do? All right, for WTF moment of the year, the winner is the Wyatt 6 debut. It went over the likes of R-Truth calling Triple H Ciampa, LA Knight and Logan Paul's pool, I Show Speed with Logan Paul, blah, blah, blah. This is kind of a weird, I think how they're taking it is like, not like, OMG is like, whoa. WTF, I think they're taken as like, what the heck? This is weird. Oh, this is odd. This is so random. Because you have just like the fact that Dom is in a shark cage. I don't know. This is kind of a dumb category, but the Wyatt 6 deserve to take it. I'm hoping, now that we're post-Mania, I don't know, like injuries, I don't know what's going on. So, you know, apologies or, you know, excuse me if it's like, oh, it's because so-and-so's injured. But I really hope we get some really good Wyatt 6 and just, whether it's in the same breath or a different breath, Alexa Bliss sort of post-WrestleMania 40 stuff. I'm recording this before SmackDown, but after Raw, so nothing happened on Raw. Maybe stuff will happen on SmackDown. I doubt it. Fingers crossed. All right, the social star of the year is between only 2, Drew McIntyre and Chelsea. I do think others might have deserved a nod, but Drew McIntyre, one of the best wrestling tweeters, if not the best wrestling tweeter in the game. I'm bored at work, LOL, is iconic. He pulled it out this year at 41 against Damian. Mid-match, swing out bored at work again, LOL. Very much deserved. Love it. Cool. Breakout superstar of the year, won by Stephanie Vaquer. Love that pick. I think my pick is or would be Jacob or Braun. Wow, Stephanie's been so good. And through all the hype between her and Julia, it's been really fun to see like that like competition between her and Julia. Like who's going to be the star? Obviously, deemed with the title, Stephanie, congratulations. I think that's solid. I think maybe more so would be for next year's Slammy. Like I said, this year I would have given it to maybe a Jacob or a Braun, but not mad at that Stephanie pick whatsoever. Oh, wow, and that's it. Yeah, please let me know in the comments what you agree with and disagree with. I think for the most part, I agree with them. I'm gonna be kind of interested to see what I actually picked in that video, but go check that out, see and compare and let me know. But overall, very solid picks. Again, if they are really going by the fan vote, who knows? Nothing is real anymore. Art is a lie. All right, with that said, please make sure you subscribe, leave your likes, leave your comments. Like I said, check out the description, follow me on everything. I really appreciate it. And thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out, having a lot of fun on this channel. And until next time, bye, 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 goodbye, bye, bye.